Hey guys, welcome back. I've got in the shop a Champion chipper. This chipper runs, the engine runs, but the customer says that the blades aren't spinning, the blades that actually chip the wood that you put in. So I'm going to go through the diagnostic process with you guys today here, and we are going to find out what's going on with this machine. Alright, I'll give you a quick overview of the machine here. This is not the most expensive machine. I think at the big box store here in Canada, it costs $879. So that's the margins I have to work with, something that is reasonable to repair within that price range instead of buying a new one. Anyway, back here is where all the blades and everything are, right inside here. I have taken off some bolts to make it quicker to take it apart for you guys today. So overall, it's in pretty good condition. It was kept indoors. The engine does run. And I will start it up here. Fuel on, choke on. Now remember, when you start these, the blades are supposed to turn with the engine all the time. They are not turning, so it's a lot easier to crank the engine over. So there you go, you can see it's a lot quieter. Normally you would hear all the blades inside the front there turning. Now to get at the blades, you do have to remove this part here, or just go ahead and take off all the bolts here all around. Some of them are off because I've already taken some off, same with here. So I will start by just removing the front here. And these are 13mm nuts. And now the whole front should come off. This part will come off here. And here are the blades right in here. There's actually some of these here. I don't know what these are called, but there's blades on the other side. I believe there's one here. So this is what's not turning when I'm pulling the engine over. It's supposed to be attached to the engine, and like I said, every time you pull the engine over, this thing has to turn. It is quite loose. This is supposed to be bolted right to the crankshaft, so I've just got a bad feeling about this machine here. I'm gonna have to take the whole rest of the thing apart here. Now I hope the crankshaft's not broken on this machine. I have seen it once in the past on a machine that attaches to a lawn tractor, but never on a little portable one like this. In order for me to find that out, I must take off the remaining bolts that hold this whole cover on the machine. So if you've got the same machine here, you need a 10mm socket and a 13mm wrench to hold the nut on the other side. Okay guys, here's the moment of truth. We're gonna know what's happening. Oops, I forgot this here. If you don't take the little spout off, the whole cover won't come off. Okay, let's find here. Yeah, worst case scenario, guys. This is the engine crankshaft. Now have a look at the crankshaft on the part with the blades. Snapped right off. Here's a really close view. Here's one of the blades that is totally chipped, like a huge piece is missing. This blade here's fine. This part here's not bad. If this were to be fixed, definitely this blade needs to be replaced. And maybe an engine or crankshaft. I don't know which is cheaper nowadays. Wow, look at that, eh? Snapped right off, guys. Anyway, you can see it's not much good without the crankshaft. Very, very seldom do I see this. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you guys watching the video are wondering, how the heck did this happen? How can you snap a crankshaft from an engine in the chipper? Well, it's actually not that hard to do, guys, believe it or not, especially with all these Chinese engines now. But even if it's not a Chinese engine, it can happen. And the way that this can happen is when people shove stuff down the pipe here that is way too big, or if a rock gets in there, well, this thing's running at full speed and it just stops, you know, all of a sudden it can actually snap the crankshaft. And I think that's what the customer told me happened. I think a rock went in or something and it just poof, stopped right all of a sudden. And there you go. He said it never worked after that. He thought there could have been a shear pin in there that could have broken to save this from happening, but there isn't. The fan or the holder of the blades, it's all in on the crankshaft with a keyway and a key. So there's no give there. The keyway didn't break because it's bolted on so tight. So that's how this happened, guys. So what I'll do now is call the customer, give him an estimate. Like I said, this machine here in Canada is $879. Sometimes it comes on sale for less. I'll give him a call now and come right back and let you know what he's doing. Okay, I just spoke to the customer. He does not want to fix it. I kind of don't blame him for not wanting to do it. He's probably just going to go buy a new one or just rent one when he needs one. Things in Canada, guys, are way more expensive, sometimes double the price than our neighbors to the south here. So our repair margins sometimes kind of get wrecked by expensive parts prices and stuff like that. And the weird thing is that you can go buy them pretty cheap at either Costco or Canadian Tire here in Canada. And that often makes it not worth repairing. So basically, to fix this correctly, you would have to fix all the blades here. You would have to either take the engine apart, put a new crankshaft on, or just refit it with another engine. Now the parts, yeah, like I said, the parts would cost quite a bit for this, but there would also be some labor, and I think we would be over half of buying a new one, and I think that's why the customer opted to not fix it. Anyway, it's just going to be another piece of machinery here that I'll just scavenge parts and then throw it away. But I'm going to save part of the engine or the whole engine the way it is, then I can use some parts in the future. Anyway, guys, another machine that's been euthanized. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.